Unit 4, Day 7, Multi-Step Problems. Example 1. The exterior of a cylinder oil storage tank is to be painted white. The diameter of the tank is 15 meters and the height is 20 meters. Each can of paint covers 10 meters squared and costs $5 a can. How much will it cost to paint the oil storage tank? So the first thing we should do is put this word problem into a picture. So let's draw the tank with the dimensions. So we have a cylinder shape, and we know that the diameter of this cylinder is 15 meters. And we know that the height of the cylinder is equal to 20 meters. So the first thing we need to do is calculate the surface area of the tank, because that is the area that is going to be painted. So the surface area of a cylinder is equal to 2 areas of a circle plus 1 area of a rectangle. And we know that the area of a circle is pi r squared. And we know that the area of the rectangle is length times width. And now we can start plugging things in. So we know that the radius is our diameter divided by 2, so 7.5. And we know our length is equal to 2 pi r. If you can't remember how we got that, go back to the lesson on surface area of cylinders. And we can plug 7.5 right in for the radius. And we know that the width of that rectangle is actually the height of the cylinder, again recalling from the lesson of surface area of cylinders. So it's equal to 20. And we're left with 412.5 pi, which is equal, and we're left with 1,295.91 meters squared for the surface area. So now part 2, we know that each can of paint covers 10 meters squared. So because we have 1,295.91 meters squared, we need to divide that by 10 to see how many cans we need. So the number of cans is going to equal 1,295.91 divided by 10, which is equal to 129.59. So we're actually going to need to buy 130 cans because of this extra 0.59 that needs to be painted. If we were to only buy 129 cans, we wouldn't paint that extra bit. So therefore, we need 130 cans to cover this cylinder tank. And finally, to figure out the cost, we know that it's $5 a can. So 130 cans times $5 is equal to $650. Therefore, it will cost $650 to paint the oil storage tank. Example 2. A design for a square-based tent is in the shape of a square-based pyramid over a cube and covers a ground area of 4.9 meters squared. It stands 1.5 meters high in the perimeter and 2.5 meters in the middle. It also has a slant height of 3 meters. If the canvas costs $2.50 per meter squared, how much will it cost to cover the tent in canvas? So the first thing we should do is draw a picture of the tent. So we know its base is a cube, and we know it's a square-based pyramid on top. So again, this is the 2D version. Now let's label it. So if the ground that is covered is an area of 4.9 meters squared, that means something times something has to equal 4.9 meters squared, and that will be our side length. So if we take the square root of 4.9, get 2.21. Therefore, we know that each side of the base is 2.21 meters. We also know that it stands 1.5 meters high at the perimeter, but it stands 2.5 meters in the middle. So the entire thing is 2.5 meters. And we know it has a slant height of 3 meters. So now to calculate the surface area, we're going to split it up into two objects. So the top shape and the bottom shape. So the surface area of the top shape is going to be equal to 4 areas of the triangle. So it's basically the surface area formula for the surface area of a rectangle or square-based pyramid without the base shape, because that isn't covered as it's on the inside, so it's an inside face. The canvas only covers the outside of the tent. So 4 times base times height divided by 2. We know that the base is going to be 2.21 meters. We know that the height, or the slant height, is going to be 3 meters. And that works out to be 3.315 for a grand total of 13.26 centimeters squared for the top shape. Now the bottom shape is a cube, and the surface area that will be covered is the 4 squares around the outside. The bottom won't be covered by canvas, and neither will this inside face. So 4 areas of a square. So 4 side length squared equals 4 times 2.21 meters. And we end up getting 8.84 centimeters squared. Therefore, the surface area total is equal to surface area 1 plus surface area 2. And we get a total surface area of 22.1 centimeters squared. Now the question is asking, if the canvas costs $2.50 a meter squared, how much will it cost to cover the tent? All we need to do is multiply 22.1 centimeters squared times $2.50, and we end up getting $55.25 as our grand total and the cost that it will take to cover the tent in canvas.